Hi everyone. Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. Today is Wednesday. February 17th, I think. And it's a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in Ottawa. It says it's chilly out, but I don't know. When I was on my dog walk this morning, I was sweating. But the sun is just so pretty. The sky is just blue, blue. It's really quite nice. Hello, Barb and Minnick. So we're continuing on our florals week. Yesterday we played with the Pierced Blooms dies and the Pretty Perennials stamp set. So today we're using the Pretty Perennial stamp set and the Perennial Petals dies. It's the first time I've used these dies, and I'm sure there's lots of things that you can do with it that I don't know yet. But there we go. Anyways, I'll show you what I was up to. And we're also using the Stitched So Sweetly scallop rectangle frames, which I love. I use them all the time. The paper we're featuring on the first two cards is Flower and Field Designer Series paper. This is a free Celebration paper, and Celebration is only on till the end of February this year. Hi, Diane. So if you love some of these papers, you want to stock up on your adhesives, your envelopes, anything that you use all the time, because you know you're going to run out, so you may as well purchase it now and get some free products. And the other paper we're featuring is from one of the upcoming 6x6 stacks that we have every year for all the color families and the in colors. It's always in the annual catalog, and the annual catalog comes out May. They changed it this year, so May. So this is the 2020-2022 in color Misty Moonlight. So if you love this paper and you want to get it early, you can purchase a starter kit, and you actually get 5 packs of this paper absolutely free. That's 200 sheets of paper. So that's a pretty smoking hot deal. All right, let's start with the blue. And I did 2 in the yellows and 1 in the blue. Let's see if I can not make a huge mess today. My spot when I start my Facebook Lives is always all nice and neat, and then by the time I'm done, it looks like a bomb went off. But that's what's fun about crafting. I don't want to lose my vellum pieces. So let's get started. Misty Moonlight, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Misty Moonlight, 4 by 5 1/4, embossed using the Dainty Diamonds embossing folder. And I love this folder coordinating with this paper. So pretty. Now I'm thinking about which, okay, this one is definitely going right on. Using white glue. I find when I emboss, the white glue is usually the best. Well, I find it the best. Okay. Hi everyone. Hi Sylvia. Oh, can you hear me now? Sometimes it's an issue. I think I was not leaning close to my microphone. I had my stand up a little bit higher. So let me know. I won't tell Sandra. Let me know if you can hear me now. Someone give me a thumbs up if the sound is okay. Hey Pat, can you hear me? Maybe you were on, Sylvia, while I was leaned away from my microphone. I tend to do that. I'm talking and then I lean over to get something and then you can't hear me. Okay, sound is good. All right. Thanks, Sylvia. That's better. 2.5 by 5 1/4. So I don't want to put this on yet. And then this one is 2 by 5 1/4. So we're going to do some stamping. So this stamp set was designed by Dena Rekow. I'm trying not to turn my head now. So when you sell $1 million in sale, when you have $1 million in sales, which is a lot of stamps, ink, and paper, you get to help design a stamp set. So this one was designed by Dena Rekow. She has a YouTube channel called Creativity Cave. And so this first card I'm going to show you was one that she showcased on her YouTube channel. And I kind of liked it because it was monotone. Okay, good. Loud and clear. And then the other two are just designs I came up with. But I thought I would show you one that she had designed. And like I said, most of the cards I've seen using this set are in the Brights collection. But none that I've done so far are in the Brights. So we have our little strip. We have a larger flower to put on at the end. So I'm going to see how dark it is. I might want to stamp off. No, I think I'm going to go full strength. So what I'm doing is I'm doing a little cascade of these little flowers. All right, I think that's all we're stamping. It is quite dark. Looks even darker than the other one I stamped. So that's going to go like that. Oh, I want to stamp something else. For you. So it's got this great big happy. So it's happy mail, happy for you, happy birthday, you make me happy, sending lots of happy. And every card I've seen, the happy has been cut out. So I thought there was a die, but no, you fussy cut it. Which is fine. So I have this little for you. I'm trying to do it exactly like her card. So I'm going to go back to my blue and put it right here. I have to pull it down, otherwise my head's going to be in. All right, hopefully my head wasn't right in the camera. I find with these little ones, whatever number this is, G, you have to be dead on, otherwise you get this shadowy thing and you can't see what you're stamping. Okay, so for you, now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the Designer Series paper. At first I cut it 2 1/4, but you couldn't see enough of the paper, so I cut another strip that was 2 1/2. Now I'm thinking I want some of this ribbon, because this is going to go over here. So yeah, I want some ribbon over here. I'm not sure about a bow or a knot. This is the In Color ribbon, so it coordinates perfectly with the stamp, and it's Misty Moonlight. I'll try a bow. No, I don't know. Even though this is floral, I think it would be a good masculine card. But guys still like bows, don't they? Let's try a bow. If we don't like it, it's easier to change it to a knot than to change it back. This is like a cotton ribbon, and it's nice, but I do find it a bit tricky to tie bows with. Oh, my little friend is here. So it's kind of loose. Okay, I'm going to try that one more time. Otherwise I'll just tighten it up at the back. Sometimes I find you have to actually pull it a little tighter than you want and then you can loosen up on it. I'll put a glue dot underneath to get it exactly where I want it. All right, that's good. Whew, that's a lot of work for a little bow. Trim it off. Okay, and I think I'll just put it flat. I was deciding whether I wanted it flat or popped up, but I'm going to pop up the little flower that goes on it. So we'll just add some adhesive. And you can decide if you want it centered or a little bit up. I don't know what this is. And because it's embossed and we're doing the top, you just have to hold it for a second because there's definitely enough glue on there. Okay, so with this stamp set, there's coordinating dies, and for the other cards, I haven't stamped it and cut it. I've just cut it out of paper. For this one, I stamped it and cut it. And then I also stamped an inside. There's those little speckles. So we could try that. Or I also tried this one. No, I like this better. Oh, no. Change of plan. I forgot. So, there's the outside of the flower and then there's an inside piece. So I did them in vellum. I almost forgot. So it goes right inside the flower. All right, that's what we're gonna do. And I think glue dots will be the best way to put this on. So I'm gonna have one on this flower. And we're gonna put a jewel on it. Oh, I was gonna say I lost a glue dot. Here it is. And let's do one on this flower. Okay, we're gonna put a little gem on there so it doesn't matter if you can see the glue dot. It was pretty easy to line up the flower with the die. Some of them are tricky. Then I have, it's got this great big leaf that you can cut out. So I've got that. And I'm going to add a glue dot to the back. And I might trim off that little end piece, we'll see. I'll just leave it. Then I'm going to add a couple of dimensionals to this one. And in hindsight, I'm going to add Wink of Stella, and let's see if it smears. No, it's good. Clearly, I should have done this as step before, but hi, Judith. There we go. Okay, so we have that one. It's going to get, oh, I already did that. So I want a bit of an angle. Oh, I want it more up here. So I'm making sure that this doesn't go off the top. Now I have the enamel, are they called enamel dots? What are they called? Yeah, enamel dots. The 2020-2022 enamel dots. I love that they match perfectly. Can't really see the other ones. Let's put one here. No, that's a waste. Oh, here. All right, now I'm going to put a glue dot here because I think it needs it. So the sample I saw didn't have a bow there, so I don't know, you could leave the bow off. But I think that's pretty. All right, so that's our first card. And someone asked yesterday, Judith, if I put liners in my cards, and I do after I usually, after I make them, I go and put liners and get the envelopes, and then I donate them to hospice, our local hospice. Okay, so that's the first one. Misty Moonlight. So the next one, let's do the next one that we have to stamp. So here we have Bumblebee, So Saffron, Bumblebee, and our designer series paper. And the dog is barking. Hopefully Norm gets home soon so we can put her out. You'll probably hear her barking. Okay, this designer series paper I told you is from Flower and Field. Now we have this beautiful coordinating ribbon that's in Bumblebee. It's called Bumblebee. No, it's called gingham ribbon, but it's in Bumblebee. And we're going to do a little bow off to the side. Today is a bow day. All the cards have bows. And they, oh, well, the next one I'll either put it off to the side or with the flower. Now remember when you do a sideways bow that you're going to have your tails whichever way. I might have wanted them the other way, but I'm kind of committed here. I'm going to put a little glue dot under here to hold this down. There. And another one. Okay, can you hear her? She's fine. She was just out like 2 minutes ago. Well, not 2 minutes, but just before I went live. I think she's getting spring fever. Okay, next we have vellum, and then white, and then our little happy. So this one, we're going to do some stamping in So Saffron and Bumblebee. But I do need to clean the stamp. Oh, she's going to be bad. Can you guys hear her? She's fine, believe me. Oh, bling. Yeah, we did add bling to that one. Okay, so let's start with So Saffron because it's lighter. And I'm going to do a big So Saffron here. And another big one down here. Now I did notice that there's other stamps that have little berries and all kinds of things. I haven't really ventured into using them yet. So let's try some Bumblebee. See if it's much darker. I hear you, Missy. Now she's come down the hall to see why I'm not letting her out. Okay, then we have Pear Pizzazz. Yesterday we used soft seafoam, but it's a little too light for this, I feel. So we're going to use some, oh, that's a bit dark actually. And maybe some of these little berries. I don't know what they are. And then there's a little tiny leaf. There. That looks good. So this one we're not adding any flowers on top, so I wanted to add quite a bit of color to this part of it. You can see there's not a lot of, it's just a shade darker than So Saffron and Bumblebee, whereas they look quite a bit darker. Okay, let's go ahead and put this together. Oh, one other thing I want to do. Remember I told you to save the backs of your dimensional things? Here's a good example why. Because this is going to be happy and then birthday. So I'm stamping birthday. So I had already put a little bit of glue on there, so I didn't want it to stick to the table. So let's get birthday. Ooh, I like this font. Perfect. I would have been sad if that was crooked after I did all that stamping. And if you look closely, it might be a little bit crooked. All right, because we're not going to put any bling on the flowers, or not bling, we are going to add some, oopsie, making sure that's straight. Okay, I can get rid of this now. I'm going to try putting Wink of Stella just on the happy. I just thought of that. Hopefully it doesn't smear. If it starts smearing, I will stop. I'm just following the letters. I don't know if you can see it. Cool. Okay, so we'll just let that dry for a second. We'll go ahead and put this on with dimensionals, which are here. Has anyone else been playing with this set? Ooh, it's not spring here yet. I think it said it was -18 with wind chill, but it didn't. When I was on my walk, it felt nice. Well, having said that, it was not windy and the sun was shining, so it was quite nice. It's all relative. Don't you find in November when they say it's going to be like 10 degrees, you're going, oh my God, it's going to be 10 degrees. And you're bundled all up. And then when it's the spring and they say it's going to be 10 degrees, you're out there in your shorts because you're thinking, oh my God, it's going to be 10 degrees. I just find that funny. Your body is acclimatized. Now I'm going to add little dimensionals to this because I'd like to pop it up. I think. We'll see how it looks. Well, I'm committed now. All right, so it's going to say happy birthday. Now I could have added another little flower on there, I guess, but I didn't. Sometimes you don't need a whole bunch of stuff. All right, happy birthday. Oh, we need something here. I did not cut out any little cutouts like I did last time. Oh, let's try these. So these are the artisan sequins. I had these out for the next card, but I think I'll add some here. I think this color is Melody Mango, but I'd say it's perfect. There, just a little bit of bling. And obviously you could have added another little vellum one here and just trimmed it off, but I'd say that's happy. That's a happy card. All right, our last one, no stamping. So our base is Whisper White, 8.5 by 5.5, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Again, we have our Bumblebee from that free celebration paper. Even though it doesn't have white in it, I think the white looks nice because we're going to add a layer of white. Next we have So Saffron, then white, and then our flowers. So these flowers I didn't stamp, I just cut out of cardstock, So Saffron, and then I cut the top overlay piece out of, not Bumblebee, Crushed Curry. I could have done Bumblebee, so I just have 3 different shades. Then I went and grabbed the leaves from the hydrangea set because I wanted a stem, and there isn't a stem in that set. So I want one stem here, and then our flower. Just looking at it thinking, does it look too white? It's going to add a little bit of sky. But I don't really want to introduce another color. So I think I won't. But I do want to get a sentiment, which I forgot to get. So I'm just going to grab a happy birthday. I like the ones in the oval occasions, and the other one that's for the oval stamp punch as well. Not stamp punch, punch. So let's do it in, so I want it around, right around there. So I'll use the bumblebee because it is a bit darker. And I want it right about there. And I'm going to bring my paper back in. I always like to stamp it first to see if I need to do any adjusting, as in tipping it a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. I don't know about you, but when I mount my stamps, they're not always perfectly straight. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this on. Now I do want to add a ribbon, so I'm deciding if I want to add a ribbon like I did for the last one, tied at the side, or just add a bow to the stalk of the flower. Let's tie a quick little bow and see what we like. I don't want to lose that. Do you do this? Like take them off and then just stick it to something? That's what I just did, and then later on you can't find it. Okay, so I'm just going to tie the bow now and see if I like it, because if I want to wrap it, I have to do it now. So let's see about a bow. I think a bow might be nice, as long as it doesn't overpower the stalk. This ribbon is so nice to tie bows with. Okay, so let's put our flower together with glue dots. I don't know if there's a perfect way to put this on, but it looks good that way. Oh good, Norm's home, so now Marley can bug him. Okay, so now we have our flower. These leaves are always... Okay, rethink. I'm gonna go like that. It's gonna go like that. Oh, there we go. So the idea is the bow here, or the bow wrapped around. I think wrapped around is not gonna be good. Let's just go with that. All right, dimensionals on here. That's why I was waiting to put this on, because if I wrap the bow around, obviously you have to do it earlier. Yes, Judith, the bow at the stem wins the day. I agree, Teresa. I think I want to keep it white. I'm going to center this. Add some dimensionals to this. And in hindsight, some Wink of Stella. Just a little bit of glue on here. If I can get it to come out. Just hold up for a sec. It's going to close the door. And then I do have another flower I was going to put down in this corner. So let's add another glue dot. And tomorrow I think I'll try some bright colors with these stamps, just to see how it looks. Okay, that should be good. Now we'll add a glue dot to our bow. Yeah, the white does pop the flowers, you're right. Now I'm making sure that we don't go over the sentiment, which I see now is a little bit crooked, but good enough. So I'm not doing any leaves or anything down here, just very simple. I will bring in, I could use like the same color. I do have some, I think I want to go with these, because then I can add a couple over here as well. I changed that because I was going to do a little one there. All right, let's look and see. Definitely needs some trimming. This gingham ribbon is so pretty. It just says spring to me as well. All right, so those are our 3 cards. Let's go back and review. So the third one, happy birthday. Obviously you don't need to add a liner in there. You could put a flower inside. You could stamp some flowers actually, that would be pretty. The second one, happy birthday. I love this happy font. So pretty. And maybe I could have done my bow if I had tied it this way. The tails would have gone like that, although they're pretty. I think that's because I glued them down, I guess. There we go. Happy birthday. And then our Misty Moonlight with the vellum overlays and the vellum leaf. All right, so those are our cards for today. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed these cards made with Pretty Perennials. That's the name of the stamp set, and I think that's the same name for the dies. Just looking to see where they are on my messy desk. Okay. Thanks for joining me today. We will be back tomorrow, and again we will be playing with one of those dies, either the Pretty Perennials or the Blooms dies and stamp set. So today we focused on yellow and blue. Yesterday it was purples and Seaside Spray. So I've been using more of these subtle colors. So tomorrow I'll jump into the bolds and do something with probably Granny Apple Green and maybe Coastal Cabana or Magenta. We'll see. You'll have to join me to find out. Okay, Sandra likes the Misty Moonlight. Does anybody else have a favorite? I really like this one. I like the stamping. And it's a good lesson to stamp off first, or stamp on a piece of paper, because I didn't realize this would be quite so dark. But it looks fine, but I prefer the stamped off version than the full stamped. You could have also stamped your leaves here, but it would have required exact lining up of the flowers, so that would be a bit tricky. Anyways, thanks for joining me today. Phyllis likes the middle one. I really like the middle one too. All right, thanks for joining me. I do appreciate it if you like or share my video, and I hope you have signed up to like my page and hit the notifications. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so that you will know when I post new videos. All right, thanks everybody. I hope you get a chance to get outside. I hope if it's nice where you live, even if it's not nice, it's really nice to get outside and get some fresh air. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening. Thanks for joining me.